for example, like COVID-19 hitting, you have to do it. You don't have the right to say this is wrong. You just have to do what you're told. And so my argument is that's absolutely false. I don't agree that you give up, because the first part of the oath is support and defend the Constitution. That's the first part. And I feel like everybody kind of skips that part and they go right to, I'm not saying to disobey every order that you're given, right? But I feel like there needs to be some thought put into it in terms of, if we're swearing to support and defend the Constitution, that has to be the first part. So if someone's violating it, or if somebody is against it, then you would, what does it look like to support it? So if you join the military, you join some organization like that, no matter what branch it is, does your citizenship still matter? Because your wife and kids still matter, right? Your wife and kids are still citizens. They still have to live in the country.
There's all kinds of things that we forfeit when joining the military. Does citizenship matter as far as, the broad umbrella of the spirit of the Bill of Rights and the Constitution? Yeah, of course it does. But there's been all kinds of instances where the military invades my privacy, for example, or does what the outside world would consider unlawful search and seizure of personal property, or looking through barracks rooms and going through your lockers and stuff like that, right? So from an outside perspective looking in, some of how we interpret our rights as American citizens don't apply to those that are under military service. With that said, though, again, I think that the spirit of the Bill of Rights, or the rights given to us in the Constitution, absolutely matter, and that's where you get these complementary legal documents like the UCMJ that spells out more appropriately what stays in the spirit of the rights given to U.S. citizens without violating the rights of our service members. So that's kind of where I look at it. I see it as we're forfeiting all kinds of things.
Well, and I guess I've heard some guys. Maybe you haven't. But I've heard some guys that they don't even vote. They decide to stop voting because that would violate their support for their president or whoever. They don't pick a side, so to speak. They're not Democratic or Republican. They're not. So they just stay out of it. And I think that that's wrong. How do you? I've spoken with Vietnam veterans who they got out because of the president that was elected, and so I'm not saying that everybody should do that, but there might be some thought to it in what does it look like, because I feel like you have to be the same type of citizen that you would be if you were not in the military, in terms of at least having some thought into things.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. So I think no one has more skin in the game than the American service member when it comes to voting. Right? So just given, especially on foreign policy stances, right? You're voting, and you are casting your ballot in a direction that could see you with very real ramifications on you and your family and separation and such. Right? You could be blood, sweat, and tears, or giving your own blood, sweat, and tears, given the political stance of one particular party. So I think no one has more skin in the game, like I said, than the American service member, and they do need to vote. I think each and every one of them need to vote, to bow out of that. I don't think it's an appropriate thing for a service member to do, or really any U.S. citizen for that matter. I think we all should be doing it.